Hi guys, welcome to another episode. My name is Therese and I am not alone today because I have my friend Joanne.
Hi.
Right, so you may have seen her or us together on our Favorites with Friends in a business page where we do lots of wonderful things such as homemade candles, wax melts, diffusers,
Soaps, sprays.
Yes. But we're going to be focusing on lots of Joanne's other creative endeavors today.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us what you do and how you got started?
Okay, so I'm a writer. I do both poetry and stories, so both short form and long form. I actually started writing through a weekend writing program, and I got into the Westwards Academy in 2023. And then from there, I just try to take as many opportunities as I could, and I've just been trying to build my writing profile and develop my own writing style.
So she has recently come back for a writing residency in Ireland, and this is a program lovingly offered by Atelier. Is that the Atelier?
Artists in Residency.
Yes. Yeah. How'd you come across that?
I actually came across it through one of my writing friends, Paris. So she's someone who I met through Westwards as well. And she went to the Ireland program the year before. And when they had the call outs, I went, stuff it, let's see how I go. And I was like, oh my God, I got in. So,
it's cool. What was the application process like?
The application process was pretty straightforward. It was a free application. And then I basically had to provide some evidence of my writing. I also had some performances that I added into my application as well. What kind of work would I be doing and all of those kinds of things. It was like a 5-minute application. It was pretty easy, pretty straightforward. And yeah, I'm about to get my back after.
So effectively what the residency was basically time away for you can just focus exclusively on your writing, is that correct?
Exactly right.
All right. So what did you choose to focus on your writing whilst you were there?
Well, originally it was to be for my main poetry collection, which is about body image, body confidence, self-love, that kind of thing. In the end, I just let myself write because as a writer, we need to also look at entering competitions and journals and all of that stuff so we can get a bit of presence out there for when we do look at going to a publisher or an agent.
Did you have to do a report or submit any of the works after when the program was finished?
No.
So it was just free for...
It was a free, like a free-for-all type thing, but we did have 2 showcases. So we had a mid-showcase and an end showcase,
right,
to show what kind of works we had been working on or had finished at that point in time.
So this was live performing of your work?
This was in the studio at the Residency.
How has the process of doing the live performance been for you? Because it's definitely not easy for everybody.
Look, for me it was okay because I do performances anyway. The only thing that I found really difficult, which I think a lot of people could relate to, is because it was something I quickly finished up last night, I didn't get to practice it. I didn't get to finesse it or anything like that. So it was more of a read-through as opposed to a real theatrical performance that I potentially have done before.
I see. And for the other people that were there at the residency, were the majority of them also Australians or were they worldwide?
So they were all worldwide. They were predominantly Americans. So we had another Australian in the group, and we had a Canadian and a Japanese person, and the rest were American. I just had to double check in my mind. The rest were American.
Okay. So what was it like, just being in a group, a community of other creative writers?
Well, actually, I was the only writer there.
Okay.
So the rest were different kinds of artists.
I see.
Creatives, yeah. So there were fibre artists, there was sketch artists, there was people doing sculpture, painting. There's actually the other Australian lady makes lace.
Oh, okay.
So she does bobbin lace, and everyone's just watching going, oh my God.
That's very impressive.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a real mixed bag of creative styles, and the whole discussion when we were at the residency was that was done on purpose to ensure that there was no there was no competition.
I see.
So people didn't start to feel jealous or start to do anything like that. Any advice that anyone gave was purely because I think this may help.
What do you think would be some of your main takeaways from your whole experience?
I think one of those, like for me, a lot of it kind of came from the fact that I was actually chosen. So the joy of being a writer, and probably most creatives, is that whole imposter syndrome and stuff like that. The fact that I was chosen, and I seemed to connect with people and they seemed to connect with my work, is a really big thing. I remember when we were there would be people that would be doing paintings or something, and it would be, oh, I finished this one in an hour, and you're like, what? How? How did I end up here and you can do that? And then I'd do a poem in 20 minutes, and they're like, how? How do you? Yeah. So we all had this sense of awe with each other, going, how?
About your amazing skills.
Exactly right. So that was really good as a bit of a morale boost, I guess, for all of us, because we're just so used to churning work out, whether it's a practice piece of work or a good piece of work.
Yes.
And, for someone else to just be in awe of you while you're doing it, you're like, oh, okay.
It's definitely a nice ego boost, I think.
Definitely massive. But yeah, I think just knowing that I'm on the right path with it, that what I do makes an impact. I still remember my last performance, seeing one of the residents just watching me. They were sitting and they were just watching me, ignoring everything else around them and just hanging off every word. And I just remember that, and I'm like...
So, as we pointed out, you went to Ireland. So that was your first time being there?
First time in Europe.
Yes, yeah. First time in Europe. So did you have any... I'm sure you had some preconceived notions of what to expect. Did they meet those expectations, or was it something very, very different?
I think I didn't have a massive deal of expectation because I didn't have time to research anything.
Right.
But what did surprise me, though, was what I see in images of Ireland. When I started the trip in Dublin, it wasn't what I had imagined. But then when we got to the south, I'm like, there it is.
There's the island I recognize.
There's the island that I've seen in the pictures, yeah.
Right. Oh, cool. So you went to like some of the cool hotspots. I think you mentioned to me that you wanted to go to, was it a library or museum?
Yeah, so when I was in Dublin, I wanted to go to the Trinity Library. So as a writer, it's kind of like you have to go. Just an FYI, if you do want to go, pre-book your ticket, because I couldn't see the book.
Oh.
Basically, I arrived at 11 o'clock that day, and there were only tickets available at 6 p.m. that night.
In
do
advance?
It at least a day before. You can always do it through your hotel, stuff like that. I was only there for 2 days. Like, I was only in Dublin for 2 days. The first day, I was wiped because I flew in and landed at like 7:30 in the morning. And I just explored the first day, and I just went straight to bed after.
As you would.
So then the next day when I went to the library, I walked down and I went, I can go in, and like, no, you need a ticket. I'm like, okay. So yeah, just if anyone wants to go, you need to book a ticket.
So what other places did you visit island-wise?
So in Dublin, I went to a place called Dubliner, which is a Viking museum. So I'm a massive Viking fan. That was awesome. I went to the Guinness Brewery just to promote my husband. And then we went to the Temple Bar region, which is where a lot of the pubs were. It kind of set like it's a big area for people to go out. And I did a whiskey tour because I like whiskey. So, and that was actually a really good tour as well. And then we did stuff on the at the Residency as well. So we went to a place called Stake Fort. So we got to climb up to the top of the fort. So we walked around the top of the thing, and we went to Killarney. So we saw waterfalls and stuff like that.
So recommend the experience for anyone who wants
100%,
to say?
100%.
So let's just bring it all back to your writing, experiences in general in Australia. So do you have any plans? Like, what has it been like writing in Australia, trying to get yourself published, if that's what you're trying to do?
Yeah, look, The difficulty with getting published anywhere, I guess. I mean, obviously, writing now as opposed to 30, 40 years ago is completely different because of the internet and everything else, which is great. I have a very unique writing style. I make no apologies for that, but it also gets me a lot of rejections. So as a writer, you kind of need to develop a thick skin, or you just need to be able to have a moment. One of my writing friends is like, well, it's cheese day because I need to drown my sorrows with cheese. So you got to have your own way to process it. It's just a matter of being able to pick yourself back up and go again. I've had some pieces that have been rejected 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and I haven't really changed them, and then they get accepted somewhere else. So it's just a matter of finding the right home with the right judges, because judges always change and stuff like that.
You know, a lot of people might find the same way just because of how the industries work in
That's right.
Australia.
And it's because the Australian market is kind of small in the grand scheme of the literary world. There will always be a home for your work. You might just need to dig a little deeper or a little further to reach it.
Okay.
Yeah, so Westwards has probably been the main one. That's actually where I started my writing journey. I did Campbelltown Writing Group, an online class, which was great. And then they introduced the academy, and I met people through the academy. And then there were opportunities that came from that, and I've been able to branch out from that. But it is a place, like Westwards community is a place that is close-ish to home. It's a little bit of a drive, but it's still close-ish to home. And there's a lot of opportunities. And to help me become someone who is a working writer, they are a good support in that regard as well.
Right. I say this as someone who got into filmmaking and other creative things a little bit later in the game. As you know, you come into writing a couple of years, what would you say?
Yeah,
so relatively recently?
2022 is when I started. 2023 was when I got into the academy, and then things exponentially kind of moved from there.
Right.
Yeah.
I see. So did you have any reservations because you thought, oh, this is a young person's game, or is that something that didn't intimidate you?
Even if it did, I'm that person that still keeps going. Like, it's blessing, a curse. I don't really know which one. But I think, although it doesn't affect me, I think it affects the scene. So a really big issue that I've had as a general thing, and I've spoke about it with a writing group that I went to on Saturday. And it's, if you're an emerging writer and you're between the ages of, 18 to 25, well, I started writing when I was in my mid-30s. So I'm still an emerging writer. I don't have any big publications. But I'm not eligible because those categories have already put me into that of, well, you're in your 30s, you've obviously been writing for 10, 15 years.
So that's the unspoken assumption.
It's that unspoken assumption. And then you've got the other side of it where you've got people who are retired or almost retired just starting to write because
they now have time to.
But also that era was you can't be a creative because there's no money in it and starving artists, all that fun stuff. Now that they've set their life up, they go, well, stuff it. I want to write. I want to do this. I want to do that. And they do it. And then there's categories for them.
Yep.
But for someone like me who started it like middle age, but like you're on your own. Not everywhere, but that's probably one of the external issues I think someone my approximate age would deal as an emerging creative.
If you were to give advice to anyone who wants to start up writing, what would you suggest?
Verbal diarrhea. That sounds terrible, I do understand that, but one of the big things that I've heard a lot of people tell me is when they're writing, oh, it's not perfect. Just do the verbal diarrhea. You can fix the bad grammar, you can fix the bad sentence structure, you can fix the misshapen plot, whatever else. After it's on paper, just write it down.
Yeah.
And there will be someone who likes your stuff. Not everyone, and that's their problem. If you like it, if it makes you happy, if it, like, there are works that I do that I'm like, oh my God, I gotta keep going, like, it just drives me. They're my best stories. They're the ones that affect people the most. Do that. do things that you know, then branch out from there. But just start somewhere. Don't worry about what anyone else thinks. And you will get better the more you practice. Unfortunately, you got to practice.
Yeah. You gotta do the thing.
You got to do
the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, so you've spoken about how you have a very unique joyriding style.
I do.
Do you think you could, describe what that is?
Kind of. So basically, any tropes that you know of, you can forget about them with my writing. Generally speaking. One of the bits of feedback I got from one of my performances was the character we had at the start, we didn't actually know if they were good or bad until the end because we just don't know with you. That's my writing style. There's puns, there's like culture references, stuff like that, but it's really obscure things. So like, for instance, one that I got published ages ago was about Medusa being a beauty influencer. And she needed to buy some shower caps to stop the snakes turning everyone to stone.
Nice. So I guess the writing process for you is, what I like to call it is a stream of consciousness, just to get anything out of your head. Or is it like you find something that inspires you and you just got to get that on paper first?
Sometimes, yeah. So, like I was saying before, because I need to have publications under my belt to get myself out there, some journals or competitions will have themes, so I will use that as my springboard, obviously, because that's the only way I can be eligible. But other times I might use a story starter, or perhaps, we might have a chat or something, and I'm like, oh, got an idea, and kind of build from there. But if I don't write notes, like as in just dot points of what I want to happen, or I start writing it, it's gone. I need something somewhere.
If we wanted to find you and have a look at your writing endeavors, where can they find you?
Yeah, so at the moment, I'm on Instagram, so it's Joanne_Macias_writer. And then, there'll be a few different programs which they'll tag me in as well, but that's the main place.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for taking time to talk about your writing endeavors, because I think especially in Australia, the industries, I have to say, can do a lot better. And I think if we talk about it, or at least talk about the experiences of the people that are doing it, I think that can help a lot.
Absolutely. And I think it's a matter of there are so many diverse voices out there, and it's a matter of if the Australian literary scene will actually give them a chance to let their voices be heard, because there's particular styles that get more accepted than others, and that's fine, like it is what it is, but they might be missing out on the next big thing. So sometimes you got to take a chance. Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, we might have done this before, but shout out to Atelier. They have a website. I'm guessing they do have the social media.
They do have socials on Instagram and their website.
Yeah, I'll be plugging them at the end of this video, so don't worry, you won't miss out.
And they have 2 residency locations, one in France and one in Ireland. I can only attest to the Ireland one. It was phenomenal. It was tough looking out at the ocean every morning for breakfast.
I mean, if you must.
If I must. Someone had to do it for the team.
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll leave it at that, so thanks guys.
Thank you.
All right.